eu não time, pra que ser agressivo?
Pushing my luck. It's 11:49. What the fuck? It's gonna be kind of quick. Enunciate my words for flick. Love takes time and a tremendous amount of effort, I find. Not only do you have to do all the right things, your motives have to be sincere. And you certainly have to show genuine interest in their well-being, I fear. Okay, day one. Let's say one day you get lazy. Figure it's been years of doing the right thing. You deserve some slack and aren't attentive. And then it brings the idea to say something reckless, or you deserve some slack and you aren't attentive. Boom. Just like that, it's over. A lot to ask of one person, let alone a soldier. Doesn't give a lot of room for error, but more importantly, it's not in society's interest, you see. It should be, if the goal was to create healthy families. In America, it would be the rule of thumb that people try to promote the well-being of all and one. Instead, it's run like an enemy would run it. How can we get them hooked on drugs, sell their pussy, fronted, obviously fuck up their well-being to get the most money? Leads me to believe we are under control of a hostile government. It always wasn't like this, you see. Generation before mine were the descendants of people slightly hippified. There was an idealism for value and communication, plus an optimism that came with living in prosperous times. Plus they didn't have home entertainment systems, I find. We weren't the last generation to go outside. But I feel after us, something's missing. People sort of lost their way. Parents schedule play dates nowadays. Maybe because it's the Patriot Act. Police under the cover of controlling cameras everywhere, in fact. Became predators that could get away clear. We're stealing children and having no fear of getting caught. That's the only explanation, I thought. Because didn't they make it alright for everyone to be surveilled? Well, I know for a fact that there are incidents in modern day where criminals get away, so they must have failed. Because they were fully on camera, but some way they are not prosecuted. I explained this to you today because that's every regime's dream. It's Bill Gates' version of being gangster, seems. He has the most cheese, he controls the feed, and they can get away with anything. Who's gonna stop them? The police, the army, literally work for that guy, and they point fingers at Democrats and vice versa. But it's obvious at this point that the government is trafficking humans, it's selling narcotics, because these things are big money, and plus they ruin a whole population. They're harvesting organs, and it's an American nightmare we're facing, but no one can stop it because it's millions of gullible idiots expecting Trump is going to do it. while he's doing everything he can to promote the NWO, kick the president out of Canada. What's more, the world's crying that they don't want a new world order, but they keep bringing it to you because they've gotten rid of all the competition and make everything you can buy. Since 9/11, they've been wishing to use the country's prosperity for their own benefit, and now everyone's compromised. The FDA, the UN, everyone who has a seat in this thing. Owe it to that Satanist guy. And before, no one really cared about politics. Reagan was the first president, came from Hollywood and flicks. That's the most powerful place. There's Pope in the Vatican. He houses and feeds thousands of people. Automatic, and that works good for his cause or the case. They move together in one papal entity or one state. But the people will listen to Hollywood before they listen to the Pope. So they're more powerful, and that's what I wrote. And I quote, they can give anyone power. By this I mean that every dude is after. With some guy who's known his girl all her life and did everything right for all their days and got married and had a babe. But if Eminem showed up, you think she would behave? There's something about our societal ways. We read magazines about people who had to be gay, find a way to fame. Right? Will Smith, or so they say. And it's fun. Everyone, I thought of pretty much any two girls. For me, it's the way of the world, you see. Some of them want to be abused by you, and Hollywood can give it right to you. Take anyone, girls, because they all love you. Doesn't matter what you do. You're on that screen, dude. If you're notorious for being bad, they'll probably like you more until they've had enough, and dude might not know what to do. Bieber's looking like an idiot, but he's still cool. Until Hollywood says to you, you're through. You're excommunicated. Boo. It'll probably be Robin Williams or Brittany Murphy. They've got dirty on every politician, pedophile, and Satanist that works for the agency. It gives them all this. This is where Orange Guy bends the shit. Wrote in his own book he got money from the Chinese to make him seem like a good businessman. Started to get on NBC's The Apprentice. They made him seem to be kind of like a Chef Ramsay. And it's the MO that they made, and people behave, think he's applying it to politics. But it's not like they made him for this role in a satanic show. Whoops, we opened Fort Knox and lost all the gold. What the fox? They don't even feel the need to bother to tell us what happened. We're just watching it unfold. They're taking everything. And one day he says, I was really just macking for somebody else. Putin is really the president today. It doesn't really matter because they took Social Security away and education, and you're a slave to the New World Order, and the Satanists won't behave. They're probably going to make you do gay stuff today, or kill you or work you some way. Whoops. Guess I should have voted for Kamala. It's not that simple because right now they'd be taking our guns. They make it at least seem like they're not just draining funds, but draining the swamp for some Sesame Street, 50 million for Cactus sexual awareness classes. Anyway, it's all backwards, and I knew I couldn't fight it without lots of practice. Thinking if I continue to be what I ought to be, somehow women might choose me over the Beeb, even though he's got money and they won't look dumb. Many of people have lost their lives and careers trying to get to La Femme. Somehow they keep doing it. Trust me, it's not what I want. trying to build a front of lovers who won't affront.